This is the story of how I designed my very first pendant for my brand and failed. Hi there, if you're new here, my name is Saeya and I run an online brand called Rosy Maid. When I first started making jewelry back in 2020 for my very first brand/passion project, I hit a wall. Flashback to 2020 where it was the height of the pandemic, and like many others, I rewatched all of my favorite TV shows and anime like The Last Airbender and Haikyuu. So it was from there that I got inspiration to make my own jewelry based off of my favorite characters. So then I started an online shop where I sold character-inspired jewelry and accessories. So they could range from like necklaces or earrings. I think a fan favorite and also personally my favorite would be the Howl's Moving Castle collection. I decided to make a necklace that was heavily inspired by his color scheme. So when he was blonde, I did like a light Howl version of the necklace, and then when he was emo and brunette, I made like a dark Howl version. So yeah, luckily for me, everyone online was so into it too. So eventually, I earned enough money from my online shop as well as working part-time to save up to move to Japan. Since I was 13, I just remember like fantasizing about living in Japan and like studying in Japan. So I really wanted to fulfill this dream of mine. And yeah, I saved up enough money and I moved to Japan back in 2022. Unfortunately, I couldn't juggle between my studies as well as upkeeping my online shop, so I decided to leave it behind. It was almost heartbreaking for me because I had worked on it for like 2 years, and I know 2 years isn't that long, but at that time it just felt so, I felt so connected to it and I just didn't want to leave it. But I also didn't want to make inspired jewelry forever, and deep down I knew that I wanted to make something that was designed by me and that was truly mine. So fast forward to 2024, I had just graduated from my school in Osaka. I just knew that I was so full of inspiration and from seeing art in Japan and all of their unapologetically feminine and girly aesthetics, and I didn't know that I loved it that much. So I was just awakened to this like whole brand new feeling, and yeah, Rosy Maid was born. She's an ode to everything I ever loved and have found myself loving again. So you think pink, princess, and pearls, lace, and stuff like that. I've always loved heart locket pendants, but I felt like they were too simple for me. So I decided to have one of my roses drawing to be like in the center piece of the heart locket, as well as having like tiny heart gemstones surrounding the roses motif in the center. It took about 10 months like back and forth between me and my manufacturer and having some like adjustments before it was finally completed. When I received it, it didn't look as good as I thought, as I envisioned in my head. At this point, my manufacturers were like sick of me. They told me that my project was too difficult for them to make any more adjustments. So I was heartbroken. I totally understand, like, it is what it is, Even though I could have paid for another sample or I could have found another manufacturer to do it for me, but I felt like it was time to let go of this design. I can't really hold on to an idea for too long, and at this point I was already like, fresh with new ideas and I just wanted to move on. It felt like this heart locket was just holding me back from progressing. It did deter me a bit to like want to try to make a pendant again, but luckily it didn't. I knew that my first pendant had to be a bit more simple and represent Rosy Maid as a signature piece of Rosy Maid's identity, so I really wanted her to embody softness as well as elegance. So drum roll, here's what I ended up with. For the base material, I decided to go with mother of pearl. So mother of pearl, check. We got it in a swan shaped, check, as well as a heart pink gemstone, check. It was all coming together on a random afternoon in March, unironically my birth month. So now I have her in my hands and she's everything I ever wanted and more. The reason why I picked the swan was because I felt like it represented Rosy Maid's identity. It also embodies inner wisdom as well as grace. I wanted the pink heart gemstone to represent girlhood and the mother of pearl to represent intuition and divine feminine energy. On 31st May, I finally launched pre-orders for her, and I was completely floored by the amount of people who resonated with her. Not gonna lie, I thought that the reactions were gonna be lukewarm at best, but you guys really loved her, and I'm so touched by the kind messages to keep on going. And of course, since it was going to be June, where I have like back-to-back markets happening, I decided to debut her there as well. And honestly, it was so surreal getting to see people wear her and like try her on, just seeing their reactions in real life. So that was completely surreal to me. I also got a lot of feedback to turn her into earrings or like a hair clip, as well as a ring. And I hear you. One might say they're already kind of in the works. To everyone who pre-ordered right when it was launched, thank you so much. Here's a heart for you. Please enjoy this clip of me packing all of your orders and adding lots of love and care into them. I also designed this jewelry box to go along with all of your orders, as well as this thank you card. So I named it the Pearlescent Swan necklace, and there are 3 styles to it. So the first one is obviously the classic. So it's just a simple chain and a dangly star next to the swan. The second one is actually my favorite. No one is surprised at this point because it's the scallop design and it has the cute bow. So it's called the sweet style necklace. And then for the third one, it is the romantic style. This is a bit more elaborate. I feel it's just like for the girlies who love ribbons, so they could tie their own ribbon and then style it however they want. So to my lovely viewers, if this is something that you're interested in, no pressure at all, I'd love for you to check out the link to my swan necklace down below. All of this is a labor of love and sometimes tears. I'll be so happy if you could also click a like on this video down below so that it reaches to more fellow girlies like yourself. And please subscribe if you'd like to join my journey in sharing my love for hyper feminine aesthetic. And this is so important, but to thank you for an amazing 2 years of Rosie Made, I decided to hold a giveaway where you can win one of these pearlescent swan necklaces. You can pick between the classic or the sweet style necklace. The giveaway is currently open and it will close on 31st July. The winner will be announced on 1st August. And I will also be hosting a 30% off sale store-wide. So the sale will start this Saturday and it will end on August 5th. I couldn't decide between the giveaway or the sale, and I just decided to do both because I haven't done both at all during these 2 years, so please forgive me. I'm always so happy to see familiar faces at my booth. You guys just inspire me to keep on going, and I just love hearing your stories on how my jewelry just makes you feel a bit more confident in yourselves, or that you gifted them to a girly that loves pink. I just love hearing those kinds of stories, and it just reminds me of why I'm doing this. Because a lot of the times, I'm just by myself running this whole show, and I'm on camera and talking to you, and I have to edit and then like promote myself, and it does get a bit lonely sometimes. So, you know, I think doing this booth, it just helps me to properly see who exactly I'm doing this for. So getting to see the girlies in real life and then just like talking and making friends, I think it just does a lot for my mental health, I feel. It warms my heart to know that this community exists so close to home, and I will forever cherish it. I have so many plans for Rosie Made, and this is just the first step. I hope to continue improving Rosie Made, and let's just see where this journey takes us. Thank you, friends, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!